So, okay, you can say it was just the Raiders. I understand that. But it should be noted, Dallas, with Quinnen Williams down, they got that linebacker back, that second-round pick is healthy. So Quinnen Williams last night, season high in sacks, 1.5, career high in quarterback hits. Another escape from New York success story. Two things are absolutely true. Every player that leaves the toxic New York Jets gets better instantly, and Dallas is probably not as far off as everybody thinks. Dallas has a top 10 to 12 quarterback. Run game's good. Interior D-line, Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams. The weapons on the perimeter, they stole George Pickens. That's a lot of playoff boxes. Now, the offensive line is young. They're inconsistent on pass protection. But the Cowboys are, after the Packers and Seahawks, the youngest offense in the league. So they are an ascending offense. And remember, I've been on this, they don't need a quarterback. 7 teams in the league are desperate for it. So those 2 first-round picks, quarterback is going to be overdrafted like it is every year. And this year, Dallas is going to be able to manipulate that first round, those 2 picks. So Quinnen Williams now, you watch, he was an all-pro with Robert Saleh. That's what you saw last night. That was the Quinnen Williams. That was an all-pro. Expect that going forward. By the way, Kenny Clark, interior lineman. So not all struggling teams are equal. Dallas is young. They're ascending. They got a top 10 to 12 quarterback. The Jets don't. The Browns don't. The Raiders don't. The Saints don't. The Titans don't. Dallas has the same number of wins as the Miami Dolphins. And I would take Dallas 10 out of 10 times because of Dak. I would take Dallas 10 out of 10 times over Miami. So we can all clown on Jerry Jones. And is he the GM? Whatever he is, he's certainly not the worst GM in the league. But I would say this. The offense is elite. They stole George Pickens. They don't need weapons. Running game feels solid. The O-line has to get better in pass pro, but they're all young. The offense is young. And the 2 defensive issues they have, they can solve in the draft because they have 2 first-round picks. So I think Dallas is going to win 6 or 7 games, and they're going to get an elite pass rusher in the draft. But last night, we got to be fair about this. Donovan Ezeraku, their second-round pick, played last night. Oh, yeah, he's good. He's a good player. And they got back DeMarvion Overshown, the linebacker. They got him back. Well, he's an athlete. So you started seeing some of those young guys behind Quinnen Williams, and I know it's the Raiders. I get it. I understand it. But again, turn the sound down. Watch their athleticism last night. Quinnen Williams, a career high in quarterback hits and 1.5 sacks, a season high, escape from New York. So we can all say we want to do, but I said this. When they got Quinnen Williams, they did not give up a first-round pick next year. That was very smart by Dallas because 6 to 7 teams are desperate for a quarterback, and there's a bunch of quarterbacks that are probably mid-second, high-second, late first-round picks. They're all going to be overdrafted. They're all going to be overdrafted. Mendoza's going to go 1 or 2. Everybody else probably gets overdrafted. You need a quarterback. And the following year doesn't appear to be as good a quarterback as this year. There's not 7 or 8 guys that can go in the first couple rounds. So last night they were finally healthy on defense. Jerry Jones said after the win over the Raiders, he could hardly contain himself. Again, not all bad teams are equal. The Raiders don't have anything right from the culture to the run game, head coach. There's a lot of stuff. Dallas has the offense right. Ascending young O-line that run blocks pretty well. Excellent weapons. Stole George Pickens. CeeDee Lamb's a 1. Javonte Williams looks like the Bronco kid. I mean, that offense, I think it's number 2 in the NFL right now. That's fine. Okay. Look at all the bad teams. I'd feel a lot better today about Dallas with those 2 first-round picks. Maybe go get Caleb Downs, Ohio State. Go get an edge rusher. Problem solved. Young, athletic. All right. So you get to the point of this. I always think this is funny in the NFL season. Fans will always do this. I'll say, well, I like this team. And they're like, well, they haven't beaten anybody. Well, who's great? I mean, Philadelphia has won like 22 of their last, 25 games? and they look ugly every week. I mean, Denver, none of you like Denver. Well, what are they, 9-2? At some point, do you win games or not? So the big question with the Bears is, the Bears are 7-3 and in first place, and everybody's saying, oh, yeah, but the schedule, whoo! Oh. I mean, it's Joe Montana and the Niners coming up next. I actually think they're going to remain in first place, and here's why. What the next 5 games the Bears play all have in common? Steelers, Eagles, Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay. What do they all have in common? Every one of those teams, not the Bears, every one of those teams is struggling to find their offensive identity. Chicago didn't have that problem. Chicago's inconsistent, but Chicago runs the ball a lot and runs the ball well. And for the record, still leads the NFL in big plays. Yeah, the Bears may be inconsistent, a little start-stop, right? But they have an identity. They are going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to run it well. So that's an identity. The Bears, it's a little like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Strong plot, excellent character development. Seems a little out of order. We're going to have to wait to the end of the movie so it all sort of wraps in together, and you'll be like, that was really good. But there are times, the operational part, the penalties, the 3 and out, Caleb misses an easy one. You're like, hey, again, it's a little out of order. They have bad quarters, weird halves. They're good late. So, and I say this all the time. You do not have to be perfect to get to a Super Bowl. You just have to have an identity. The Philadelphia Eagles got to a Super Bowl last year. They were the 4th worst passing team in a passing league. But the Eagles knew what they were. That's why this year Philadelphia is really struggling, because they're not a power run team. Saquon's not as dominant as last year. So Philly doesn't quite know what they are. Plus they have wide receiver drama. Last year they had a little wide receiver drama, but it was Saquon, turn, handoff, and watch him run for somewhere between 7 and 27 yards. So that's the thing about the Bears. You start looking at all these games they play. Packers don't know what they are. They're a passing team. The coach doesn't know it. Philadelphia, no Lane Johnson, doesn't quite know what they are. Pittsburgh now using a backup quarterback. Shedeur Sanders now starting for Cleveland. I think Chicago's fine. Again, every game, every scene may not feel like it kind of fits. But when the movie's over, and when the game's over, you look up and you're like, yeah, that works. Yeah, that's what they do. Still people out there, Matt Hasselbeck, not quite sure about the quarterback, though.
Caleb is a young player learning on the fly, and as he's learning, they're winning. He's morphing into Ben Johnson's kind of quarterback. Is he there? No, I don't think he is. He's really not. But they seem to find ways to win. That's what happens with DNA culture setter type coaches. You set a standard and an expectation for the details and the discipline that are going to happen in your organization every single day. Do I think this is their year after I say all that? No, they haven't really beat anybody, but the schedule's getting tougher here. We'll find out who they really are.
Well, we know who Caleb Williams is. Today is his 24th birthday. Happy birthday to Caleb. Happy birthday to first place. Happy birthday to facing 5 straight games with teams with no offensive identity. I like Chicago. Not even going to say I'm a good luck charm. I didn't have anything to do with it.